In this video, you're going to see something a bit different. You're going to watch a complete lesson at proficiency level, which I did with a Polish student, Kasia. We're working at proficiency level and using the book Objective Proficiency. Hi, my name's Steve from High Flyer English, and I help learners achieve fluency by using the lexical approach. To set the background, Kasia is a member of my Chatterbox Zoom workshop group, where a few learners get together 3 times a week and we practice English at C1, C2 level. In this workshop, all the learners were doing the same exercise from Objective Proficiency, but I spent a session with just me and Kasia, as she's hoping to take the proficiency exam soon. The lesson focuses on part 3, which is word formation. That's where you have a text with gaps and you have to insert the correct word. You're given a clue and you have to transform the word given into a different part of speech. It's important when you're doing this exercise that you read the full text first for gist, without trying to fill in the gaps. You also need to take note of the title, then you read the text to get an idea of what it's about before you start. And what I'll do is actually put that on screen and you can pause before you watch the lesson. At the point I start the lesson with Kasia, she's already read through the text for gist. If you find the video useful, please remember to subscribe and leave any comments. Here's the text I'm working on with Kasia. Pause the video and take time to read through the text to get an idea about the gist. Don't attempt to fill in any of the words at the moment. Okay, let's go and see how Kasia does in the lesson. All right. I'll turn my video off for a moment.
To be honest, I don't know. Overtook to show me Venice, but it sounds odd.
No, not overtook. You overtake something, Kasia, on the motorway. You go past them. You can overtake someone in a competition. You start doing better than they do.
Mm-hmm.
So not overtake.
Undertake?
Look at the tense.
Undertook.
Very good. Excellent. Okay. That was a difficult one, okay?
Yeah, but I wouldn't knew it.
You wouldn't know it. You wouldn't.
I wouldn't know. Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Listen, I wouldn't have known it.
I wouldn't have known it.
Is a better way of saying it. Okay. You undertake a task. Another way of saying
But
it.
what does it mean, undertake?
Sorry?
What does it mean, undertake? Because I was just guessing, but I don't understand the word undertake.
All right. It means you take on something. Okay. You take on a task. You undertake a task.
Mm-hmm.
That's what to undertake means. It's not the opposite of overtake. It's a completely different meaning. To undertake something is to take on the responsibility. So I've undertaken the task of trying to help you with your English. You undertake to bring up your 2 daughters with love and care. So that is what it is, basically. And it was quite a difficult one.
So it's take on a responsibility on yourself.
Or on behalf of others. You know, you could undertake something. It's not just for yourself. I undertake to help you. You undertake to go on a mission. You undertake to go on a trip with someone. So it's similar to take on, but you undertake. You commit. That is another way of putting it.
My father undertook to show me Venice. The thing to remember, he told me, was that how glorious
However,
However glorious its churches and palaces, the greatest miracle was the city itself, encircled by sea and marsh.
excellent, very good.
So glorious and encircled.
Yeah, good. Encircled, great. I didn't think you'd get that. Yeah, good. Well done.
You might ask why anyone in their right mind would build a settlement in so uninviting a location.
Yes, okay. So an inviting location. Good, you did well there. Okay. Another way of saying that is such an uninviting location.
Yeah.
You've got so there, so it's so uninviting.
Yeah, but I've encountered structure like
That structure, yes.
so beautiful a location that you want to go
Super,
there.
super. That's, yeah, an advanced construction. Well done. Okay.
In fact, the reason was fear. In the days of antiquity,
Good.
Venice didn't exist.
Yes. The days of antiquity is a collocation as well. You know, we talk about days of antiquity. Days of antiquity, Roman times, Greek times, that's what we're talking about.
But then, in the 5th and 6th centuries, the barbarians swept into Italy, and the panic-stricken inhabitants
Panic
of the
what? The panic what?
stricken, stricken,
Stricken. The panic.
panic-stricken inhabitants of the great mainland city fled to the lagoon.
Inhabitants of the great mainland cities. Yes. Panic stricken. Did you know panic stricken?
Panic stricken, so you are very frightened?
Yes, you're very frightened. What's the matter with you? Oh, I have to go to the dentist. I'm panic stricken.
Yeah, I remember when we were talking about being frightened. You did the session like this, yeah. So I remember because I like this word, panic stricken.
Right. Good.
And the lagoon continued to protect Venice throughout her history, separating her from the perpetuating feud. I don't know how to
Right.
read it.
Now think about this.
Okay, it's adverb.
Yes, it's
From perpetu.
Do you know what feuding means?
No.
What do you think it could mean? The panic stricken, there's barbarians coming, okay? So and you've got you know, so what do you think feuding may be? Friendly?
Unfriendly.
Unfriendly, okay. So it's unfriendly. A feud is a dispute. It can turn into a war. Okay, so that is a feud. You can have a feud with your neighbors. So arguments, it can turn to brutality. It can turn to fighting. So the cities are feuding. They're arguing, probably more than arguing, they're attacking each other. Okay. Now back to perpetuate.
So perpetually.
Yes. Okay. Now say it again. How would you say
it? Perpetually.
Yeah, good. Perpetually.
Feuding?
Feuding, yes.
Feuding cities of the mainland. Yeah. Today, more than ever, we have cause for gratitude.
Good. Good.
It is thanks only to the lagoon that Venice has been spared the motor car.
That's right. Been spared. Okay. Been spared. Do you understand what that means?
No.
It means it's managed to avoid having motor cars in the street. Okay. It's been spared. Okay. I used dentist earlier, didn't I? And my tooth dropped out, so I was spared having to go to the dentist to have it taken out. What was the meeting like? Oh, terribly boring. Max droned on and on. Drone on and on. Drone.
Moaning.
Moaning. a drone, like, you know, we talk about drones being
Mm-hmm.
used in the war. It's a sound, it's a kind of, we talk about someone droning on. It means talking boringly. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So where was I? So Max droned on and on. So I'm glad I didn't go. Thank goodness I was spared that ordeal. Thank goodness I was spared having to listen to him, that I was able to avoid. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Spared. There's also an exclamation you can use with spare. And no, we've gone off what we're doing here. Someone is telling you a story and you express surprise. Oh God, no. Spare me.
Ah,
I don't
I
want to
know
know.
this very, yeah.
I don't want to know the details. He did what? Oh, God, no, spare me. I don't want to hear anything more about it. Okay, what we'll do, I'll move you into one of the other groups. I don't want you to say anything. You've done all of it, okay? I'll come back to you again when we move on to the next exercise. But rather than leaving you alone, I'll put you in one of the other groups because I want to go and see how they're doing anyway. Okay? I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you'd like to join our Chatterbox Zoom workshop, then follow the link in the description. We have workshops 3 times a week. They last for 2 hours, so that's 6 hours per week. That is a lot of learning. And you get the opportunity to interact not only with me, but with other learners too, because I split you into pairs or into groups, and you chat to another member doing exercises before returning to the main session. So loads and loads of speaking practice to improve your confidence, and lots of help from me too. So if you'd like to be part of our group, very much a family, then as I say, follow the link in the description. See you again soon. Bye for now.